relay captured the arc flash incident. The orange time cursor shows currents and voltages, cycles before the incident. The amps on the top chart are balanced, although we cannot really see it because of the small scale. However, the phasor diagram shows it. IA, IB, and IC root mean square values, also called magnitudes, are equal, around 214 amps. The phase angles for currents are all 120 degrees apart, 0, -120, and 119, close enough. Similarly, for voltages VA, VB, and VC are about 19.9 kV. Phase angles all 120 degrees apart. As I move through pre-fault region, all the values don't change. Healthy balanced systems. Now I insert this red dotted line and it shows me when the fault occurs. When I move that orange cursor to when the fault occurs, look at the significant changes. IA and IB currents jumped and the phase angles are no longer 120 degrees apart. You can also see it on this graph. Similarly, for voltages VA and VB dropped to 14 and 15 kilovolts. Indeed, we have phase-to-phase AB fault. Now I'm going to remove all the sine waves and just deal with magnitudes, also called root mean squares value. I will also insert the digital charts that show trip and breaker status. Alright, now we only talk magnitudes. Currents were balanced 215 amps and voltages were balanced 19.9 kV. Fault occurred here. IA and IB jumped and VA and VB dropped. The breaker 52A is still on and trip has not initiated. 25 cycles from the fault initiations. Trip has not been sent and breaker is still on. This recording, event number 1, ended because of memory limitation. However, the relay created another event number 2 because the fault was still there. On event number 2, notice that IC is now joining IA and IB. The fault has evolved to a 3-phase fault. Still no trip. Breaker still on. Due to the memory limitation again, this event ended and event number 3 is created. Event number 3, we still have a 3-phase fault. Now by the end of the event, we see the trip signal assert. And something new is also shown. 2 inputs, IN103 and IN104 assert. Event number 4. Now the breaker is off here and the fault is removed. Currents are 0. Total duration of the arc flash fault, 108 cycles. IEEE birth book recommends no longer than 3 cycles, excluding breaker time for a fault at the primary zone of relay. I am Cherry Passer, and I approach this message.